Hooray for Hollywood! Hello there, I am Stan the Movie Man, and this is your WIMZ.com monthly movie review. This month, it's King Arthur, Legend of the Sword. It stars Charlie Hunnam, Jude Law, Astrid Berger-Frisbey, also Djimon Hounsou, Eric Bana, and more. It is the story of how King Arthur rose to power and took the throne back from his evil uncle Vortigern, played by Jude Law. Charlie Hunnam, of course, plays Arthur, who is raised in a brothel and grows up on the streets, essentially, of ancient Londinium. And in Londinium, he learns how to take care of himself, and he takes care of others as well. As a young man, he goes and confronts a group of Vikings that beat up one of the ladies in the brothel and gets a year's wages for her out of them. I'm sure rather violently. But what has happened is his uncle Vortigern, played by Jude Law, has taken the throne from the rightful king Uther, who is Arthur's father, played by Eric Bana. And as a very small child, Arthur saw Vortigern kill Uther and his mother. He got put in a boat and sent down the river, and that's how the prostitutes found him in Londinium. Now, he's an adult, and the water near the castle has fallen to a level that exposes a sword in a stone. There's an ancient prophecy that says the one true king can remove the sword from the stone. So, King Vortigern rounds up all of the men the appropriate age and has them try to pull the sword from the stone. And when Arthur tries it, when he grabs the sword with both hands, he sees visions and feels overwhelmed by the power of Excalibur and faints. He's going to be executed publicly, but a mage, played by Astrid Berger-Frisbey, takes control of the animals nearby, and along with men who were part of King Uther's court, they manage to free Arthur, and it's up to them to teach him who he is and how to control the power of Excalibur so that every time he touches it, he doesn't fall out dead on the floor, and to take back the kingdom from Vortigern, who has been using some nefarious and magical means in order to gain and grow his power. This is not a terribly good movie. It's directed by Guy Ritchie, who did the two most recent Sherlock Holmes movies. And he has some style things that he does, things that apparently are contractually obligated for him to do in every movie. For one thing, he does a high speed to slow motion and back again and forth again style in some of his action scenes that becomes quite annoying. That mixed with the kind of dodgy CG images used in some of these fight scenes, it at times makes the action unwatchable because you just don't know what's going on. Also, the movie tends to kind of fold back in on itself because Arthur is constantly fighting his legacy. He doesn't want to be king. He just wants to go back to his quiet life, which we all know he can't do. After all, the title of the movie is King Arthur, so you know he takes the crown by the end of the film. So all of this fighting it just seems sort of silly. And that's kind of one of the main problems with films of this type, where you know the ending because it's based on something that's been around for decades. You know he'll be king. So how do you make a story that has no real peril for the main character something interesting. And Guy Ritchie doesn't manage to do that in this case. He barrels through, it's 2 hours of a lot of action scenes and flashbacks and bad dreams and giant snakes and multi-headed sea monster kind of thing, and it's a lot of stuff going on in this movie, but it's pretty much all sound and fury signifying nothing. The movie just is, it's a 2-hour music video, and it doesn't even manage to be as interesting as a music video. I did not enjoy the film really at all, although there are some interesting bits and kind of a funny scene that cuts back and forth in time within the scene and within the movie. Then that happens early on before Arthur knows who he is. But it's just kind of a scrambled mess that isn't all that entertaining. I'm giving King Arthur Legend of the Sword 2 guitars. Go to WIMZ.com to read my complete review of King Arthur Legend of the Sword. You can find it in the blog section. You can also go to StanTheMovieMan.com and see my review of Snatched, starring Amy Schumer and Goldie Hawn. You can follow me on Twitter @MovieManStan and send emails to me, StanTheMovieMan@Comcast.net. Till next time, later.